The moon landing conspiracy theory suggests that the United States Apollo 11 mission, which successfully landed astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin on the lunar surface on July 20th, 1969, was a hoax orchestrated by the U.S. government. While this theory has gained traction over the years, a comprehensive examination of evidence and expert opinions reveals that the moon landing was indeed a monumental achievement backed by scientific rigor. Evidence and expert opinions. Photographic anomalies. Some conspiracy theorists point to the apparent inconsistencies in lunar photographs, claiming that the lighting and shadows are unnatural. However, experts in photography and optics explain that the unique lunar environment, absence of atmosphere, and uneven terrain could lead to unexpected lighting effects. Astronomer and skeptic Phil Platt's analysis debunks many of these claims, illustrating how the lighting on the moon can create seemingly unusual shadows. Also, the trash truck is here. If you hear it in the background, I am very sorry. Flag movement. Skeptics often question why the American flag appears to ripple in the vacuum of space. This effect can be explained by the fact that the flag had a horizontal rod to keep it extended, and the movement was caused by the astronauts manipulating the flagpole during placement. Video footage of the flag being placed shows the movement ceases once the astronauts let go. No stars in the photographs. One common argument is the absence of stars in the lunar photographs. However, this can be attributed to the limitations of the cameras and brightness of the lunar surface. The cameras used were optimized for capturing the bright lunar landscape, which made capturing the relatively faint stars a challenge. Radiation exposure. Critics claim that the astronauts would have been exposed to deadly levels of radiation beyond Earth's protective atmosphere, yet research indicates that the spacecraft's shielding, coupled with the brief duration of the mission, minimized their radiation exposure. Additionally, the Van Allen radiation belts, often cited as a barrier, can be traversed quickly without significant harm. Moon rocks and laser reflectors. The conspiracy theory also fails to explain how lunar samples and laser reflectors placed on the moon's surface have been brought back and used for scientific experiments. These tangible pieces of evidence have been independently analyzed by scientists worldwide, corroborating the authenticity of the moon landings. Some theories debunked. Studio hoax. One prevalent theory suggests that the moon landing was filmed in a studio. However, the technology and expertise required to simulate the lunar surface the lunar surface in such detail would have far exceeded the capabilities of the time. Additionally, extensive documentation of the Apollo missions, including technical data and first-hand accounts, supports the authenticity of the missions. I mean, you guys have to remember, this is 1969. We did not have the technology like we do now to be able to shoot that kind of stuff, is my personal opinion. You can believe whatever you want. Another debunked theory is the Cold War motive. Some conspiracy theorists argue that the U.S. staged the moon landing to win the Cold War. While the space race was indeed a factor, numerous other nations, including the Soviet Union, were closely monitoring the Apollo missions. Faking a moon landing would have required the silence and complicity of countless people, making it an implausible scenario. In conclusion, the moon landing conspiracy lacks credible evidence and is contradicted by a wealth of scientific, photographic, and historical information. Expert analysis, verified data, and the tangible legacy of the Apollo program affirm that humans did, in fact, land successfully on the moon. Eyewitness testimonies supporting the moon landing. Testimony number 1, Neil Armstrong. As the first person to set foot on the moon, Neil Armstrong's first-hand account is a cornerstone of the moon landing's authenticity. He famously declared, quote-unquote, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," as he stepped onto the lunar surface. Armstrong's detailed recollections of the mission, his experiences, and the challenges faced by the crew provide a crucial statement to the historical event. Buzz Aldrin, account number 2. Buzz Aldrin, the second person to walk on the moon, also provides a compelling account of the mission. His descriptions of the lunar landscape, the scientific experiments conducted, and the emotions experienced by the astronauts contribute to comprehensive narrative of the Apollo 11 mission. Aldrin's commitment to space exploration and his continued advocacy for scientific research further solidifies his credibility. Account number 3, Michael Collins. While not setting foot on the lunar surface, Michael Collins played a vital role as the command module pilot. His account of the mission's intricate maneuvers, the teamwork involved, and his solitary orbit around the moon offers unique insights into the Apollo 11 mission. Collins' observations from the command module provide a crucial perspective on the mission's excursion. Account number 4, NASA personnel. Numerous engineers, scientists, and staff at NASA were directly involved in planning, designing, and executing the Apollo missions. Their detailed technical knowledge, combined with their recollections of the intense work leading up to the moon landing, provide a collective eyewitness testimony. Many of these individuals have shared their experiences through interviews, documentaries, and written accounts contributing to the moon landing. While the overwhelming majority of experts, scientists, and historians accept the moon landing as a genuine and monumental achievement, a small segment of the population continues to entertain doubts fueled by conspiracy theories. These skeptics often focus on perceived inconsistencies or anomalies that their claims have been systematically debunked by rigorous scientific analysis, photographic evidence, and expert testimonies. The persistence of moon landing conspiracy theories can be attributed to the combination of skepticism toward authority, misinformation, and the allure of captivating narratives. However, it's important to note that these theories lack empirical support and are not endorsed by the scientific community or mainstream historical census. I believe we landed on the moon. You can believe whatever you want. There are a couple of moon movies that are really great that if you want to watch them. The first one is Armageddon. That one is Bruce Willis. The second one is Space Cowboys. That is Clint Eastwood and, oh God, what's his name? Can't think of his name right now. And then the third is Apollo 13. That is Tom Hanks, and that takes place, I want to say, a couple years or a couple of months after the Apollo 12 blow up. These movies are really good, and they're basically all action movies. Apollo 13 is kind of like documentary-ish, kind of. It's still really good, though. And it's got Kevin Bacon in it along with Tom Hanks.